I'm Dr. Paul, and I'm here to share with you today the top 5 strategies for entrepreneurial time management. This is going to help. Strategy 1. Let's get this out of the way right up front because it's a misnomer. Time management? Strategy 1 is that you accept that time cannot be managed. Now think about what I'm saying. Can you manage time? No. Time comes and goes whether you do anything or not. You can't manage it, you can't steer it, you can't direct it, you can't save it. Where would you keep it? But we use these phrases all the time when we talk about time. Truth is, you can't manage it. The only thing you can do is spend it. And you get to decide how you spend it or what you spend it on. But in terms of managing it, let's just give up on that, shall we? Are you okay with that? And that will get us more clear about how we're going to spend it. And that's what the other strategies are for. Strategy number 2, pick your economy. There are at least 2 different economies that we need to talk about here for just a minute. And one of those is the one that most people are familiar with. I call it the time and effort economy. This is where employees live because they come in and they take the card and punch it in the clock to start their time. And then they punch out for lunch or the break or whatever, and then they punch back in, and then they punch out when they go home. They trade their time and their effort for money. That's why we're calling it the time and effort economy. Entrepreneurs don't live in a time and effort economy. Have you noticed? You don't get paid for your time and effort. You get paid for results. That's the second economy. The results economy is where you get paid when you create results for other people. I've lived in this economy my entire adult life. It's eat what you kill. You can spend all the time and effort in the world as an entrepreneur and never get paid for it. It's only when you create results that you get to be paid. That's a whole different economy, and it creates a different mindset for the entrepreneur. So let's acknowledge that and choose our economy carefully. If you're an entrepreneur, you are in the results economy. And that matters because of what I'm about to share with you next. Early on in my entrepreneurial life, I attended a coaching program called The Strategic Coach. Dan Sullivan is the founder of The Strategic Coach, and this brilliant man made a point about time for people who are in the results economy. See, time management in a time and effort economy is pretty simple. You punch your clock, you punch out, done. In a results economy, it doesn't work that way. So Dan suggested that we divide up our time into a pie. If you can picture a pie, and we're going to slice up this pie into 3 chunks. Let's not worry about the size of those chunks right now. Let's just label them and get clear about what's going to happen. For strategy number 3, you are going to plan and protect your free time first. What is free time? As a little preview, we're going to talk about free, focus, and buffer. We'll get to those other 2 in just a minute. Free time is exactly what it sounds like. Time away from work. In a time and effort economy, that's easy. You punch out, you go home. You work for the weekend. You work toward retirement. Entrepreneurs don't have that luxury. So we have to plan and protect our free time first. Dan Sullivan makes a big deal about this in The Strategic Coach because entrepreneurs have a really hard time doing that. Think about it. The reason is we are our business. It lives inside of us. So it's hard to leave it alone. And you'll notice this. You go home and you're still thinking about your business. Maybe your business is based in your home. That makes it even harder because we have a hard time separating all of the stuff that's business from the stuff that is personal. Sometimes we even blend the money together and we only have one bank account. Probably not a good idea, but that's not the purpose of this particular video. We have to have some way of separating all of that. And one of the most important ways is in how we choose to spend our time. Now, free time is completely separate from business activity. You don't get to think about it during free time. The purpose of free time is twofold. It's rejuvenation and focusing on our key relationships. Rejuvenation. The roots of that word are the same as the roots for the word juvenile. Rejuvenation actually means to make young again. This is why free time is so important, and we have psychological studies that prove this. When you pay attention to your free time, you actually give yourself more energy to do the focus time, which we're going to come up on in just a minute. Time away empowers your time on the job. But we don't often get it as an entrepreneur because we're busy doing everything and handling all of the details of our business. So plan and protect your free time first. A little warning before I leave this point. Some entrepreneurs think, okay, I'm going to go off for the weekend with my family. I'm going to take some free time and I'm going to throw the briefcase in the trunk just in case I get a chance to get to that report or to check on those emails. No. Foul. You don't get to go there. In order for this to truly be free time, for you not to spoil this for yourself, leave the briefcase home. You're not going to check the emails. I know, you're going to feel pressured to do it. It is really important to completely separate yourself from the business activities. And I know, because I'm with you, it's hard to do that. It's also really important. Let's go to the next strategy. Strategy 4, power up your focus time. Remember, we're cutting up our time pie into 3 chunks. We've got free, focus, and buffer. Focus time is revenue generating activity. This is not everything you do in your business. This is exclusively the things you get paid for. And you'll notice most of the stuff you do in your business is not focus time. A good example of this might be the NBA. I love following basketball, especially the Utah Jazz. Go Jazz. The NBA does a lot of things that are not related to generating revenue. Practice, for example. That's not what brings in the dollars. What brings in the dollars is those games, the events, the playoffs, the times when they're playing the game. Game time. So think of focus as game time. Everything else that you do to prepare for the game, to get ready for the game, all of the administrative stuff, that's buffer time, and that's for the next strategy. So when we're powering up our focus time, we create a time and a space in which we can do it at a high level. When it's game time, you bring your sweet skills. Show up without all of the distractions that come from everything else that we have to do, and be in your game when it's focus time. That's really important. Now for the final strategy, we got to talk about buffer time. Everything else is buffer. All right, now we've defined free time, we've defined focus time. Everything else is buffer. The primary purpose of buffer time is to plan and protect your free time and your focus time. So this is all of the administrative stuff that you have to handle. These are all of the things that need to be done that you don't get paid for, but that are necessary to your business. This is also everything that distracts you. So if your mind is wandering, or if you're off doing something that's not even related, but it's not planned and protected free time, it's buffer. If we don't plan and protect our free time first and our focus time second, then everything becomes buffer, and buffer becomes consuming. Free, focus, and buffer. Got that from Dan Sullivan in The Strategic Coach, and I think it's a powerful way to think about how we choose to spend our time as entrepreneurs. I hope that's been helpful to you. You've got this, and you don't have to take this on alone. Have you considered coaching? Professional coaching is one way to really up your game, and we offer that at Live on Purpose Central. Come over and see what resources are available to you as an entrepreneur. go.liveonpurposecentral.com. There's a link in the description. I'll see you there.
Head was down, face locked onto the phone.